Welcome everybody, and thank you for clicking on this video. I am Zach Atanzaretti with KickingTheTires.net, the official media partner of Brandonbilt Motorsports, and I am joined by, of course, the driver of the Brandonbilt Motorsports Chevy of Brandon Brown in the Xfinity Series. And Brandon, we have another exciting announcement here today with SimSeats joining your number 68 as the sponsor this weekend at Road America. A very exciting company that we've seen a lot of, especially these last 10 years. And going to a very exciting weekend. So first off, they've been making a lot of race simulator seats over the last 10 years and monitor stands, all the professional installation, everything you need. So Brandon, when it comes to this this announcement and this partner for this weekend, really how did it start and how does it really feed into what you've been doing from the driver's side?
Yeah, so it is very exciting. Thank you to Zach, your team at SimSeats, and everybody for coming on board. It's really big for us as a smaller team. This actually began last year when the pandemic struck and NASCAR decided, we need to do something to get fans involved still and still keep racing alive. So we switched everything over to esports, and that's when Zach and I got together, and I got a SimSeats rig actually right here that I've been using and to race in the pro invitational races and everything during the pandemic. And I've been able to use it now as a tool to prep myself for races, especially when we go to tracks that either I'm not comfortable at or I have never been to. It's just a huge part to help, especially, this year, like when we went to the Circuit of the Americas, I did a lot of laps on iRacing for that. Been doing a lot for Road America. It's just been really fun, exciting. Especially now with the development of iRacing and NASCAR really joining together. Sim racing has picked up a ton of popularity. So, if you want to use what the pros use, that's SimSeats is the way to go. So definitely thank you to Zach, SimSeats, everybody, your team. I mean, a huge part of our success this season can be can say it came from our rig.
Yeah, and I feel like it was just a few short years ago that people looked at sim racing as just a video game and just something that kids did, people who weren't doing it for like in the real world. But now, I mean, iRacing and just what we've seen, not only from the Pro Invitational, but all these other series that are exploding with not just fans, but drivers like you. So when it comes to, I mean, you touched on the importance of it, but what SimSeats has done and just how this entire industry is exploding. How important really is it to get that seat time and to do what you're doing outside of just the weekends?
Yeah, so I mean, you can definitely say it's hard. It was, because before when sim racing and iRacing really first started, and or R Factor or whatever program for sim racing had began, people like me just had a desk. I had a little Logitech wheel like clamped to it, and paddle shifters and some pedals on the floor and a computer chair. And it would be hard to take it serious like that and try and really put yourself in the racing mindset, just because for me it's all about being in it, being immersed, like really taking everything in. And having my SimSeat actually allowed me to do that. I was like, wow, this is like a real, they have the options for real racing chairs that you could put in. I mean, I could go get one of my racing seats out of the car and they put it on. I mean, what I love about them is that they're option built. So you can have as little or as many things as you want on your rig, and it will make it more or less realistic. I mean, they have everything from switch, like a dash of my Chevy Camaro. They have, H pattern shifter options. They have additions for e-brakes. They have different types of steering wheels, the direct drive wheels that really give you the true feedback of what the track is doing, the feedback pedals. They have Willwood racing pedals. I mean, those are it almost looks like they unbolted them out of my car and put them on a sim rig for people to put in their homes. And you top that off with either a huge curve monitor, the triple monitor option, surround sound, motion rig. I mean, they have it all. And it's something that really and truly puts you in the seat. So when it comes to races like this year and last year, where there is no practice, there's no qualifying, it's just show up and race. something like that is really crucial to helping your success.
Yeah, and you mentioned Zach a little bit ago, who was definitely paramount in getting this entire deal together. Some
Mhm.
sponsors, they're not really into the racing world, and you kind of have to teach them a little bit, and they're just kind of breaking through. People like this, I mean, they've been in the racing world for a long time. They know exactly what it's like. What is that relationship been like so far? Have you met him before? I mean,
Yeah.
how do you guys really know before this?
Yeah, I met him. I've been actually down to their facility in Richmond, Virginia, and it was awesome because they were a hometown team. We were a hometown team. But no, I know Zach himself raced in the at VIR doing. It looked like the BMW. I think it was SCCA series. So he knows racing and he knows. What it takes and he knows what's involved. So it's a great thing because now, it's great when you're not, doing as much teaching on the motorsports side and he's really just diving in and, he knows what's going on, but it's also bad because now it takes away a little bit of my salesman thing. Like, oh yeah, this is really awesome. He's like, oh, I've seen a hauler before. So but overall it's been really fantastic to work with them.
Yeah, and having this partnership going into a race like Road America, I mean, we know it as one of the more wild road courses. I mean, it's incredibly long. I believe it's the longest out there, if not the second longest. What are your feelings when it comes to that track? I mean, a lot of small teams go into these races feeling like it can be an opportunity because strategy and everything else kind of changes up a bit. So, and with practice and qualifying. So just what are your thoughts going into the weekend at Road America?
Yeah, so I mean, our honest to goodness belief is like, look, this is a racetrack that we can try and implement some strategy like we had before that's paid off in top 10s, top 5s. So we get really excited about having that opportunity. Road America, way different than all the other tracks that we race in. And, even the pit stops, I mean, you're pulling to the right to pit, it's not a left-hand pull, gas tanks on, or where they put the gas in is on the right. So it's a lot of different things. It's going to be awesome to have some practice and really get a feel for the track before we take the green. There's going to be a lot of really stout competitors, really great road course racers, ringers, if you will, in the field. So I feel like I need all the practice I can get, but at the same time, we want to keep the practice time minimal, keep the car all in one piece and go out there and give it our best showing.
Is there any new social media video you want to tease right here today?
Yeah, we got some fun stuff coming up. Can't wait to make some of these SimSeats videos. I'm excited for that. And then I'm excited for Atlanta and what's to come there. And actually, we're gonna work on it so that everybody could come and try and beat my lap time at Atlanta. So I'll have my SimSeat rig with me, and I want to see how the fans do on it. So I'm excited. So again, thank you so much, Zach McAfee, everybody at SimSeats. You guys build the best rigs in the industry. Thank you so much for being a part of this team, for building the tools that I need for success, and hopefully we can go get you a win.
Absolutely. You're going to be putting them to the test, that's for sure. And want to thank Brandon for joining us, and thank you guys for watching. Be sure to watch our number 68 Chevrolet in the Xfinity race this weekend at Road America. See you guys next week.